everyone and welcome to my channel. I thought today would be a good day to talk about what happens after birth. My friend just had a baby and I thought, while it's still fresh in my mind, I should discuss what happens after birth, because no one really tells you what happens after birth. Everyone tells you a lot about pregnancy, a lot about the actual labor and delivery, but no one really tells you what to expect after you've had the baby. Excuse the lighting, it's a bit cloudy and rainy and a miserable day today. So here it goes. Alright, the first thing that I thought was a bit bad, and this might be TMI, but the first thing that I thought was quite bad after natural birth is you've had this whole lovely experience of giving birth to your baby, and all the doctors were there, you stitched up, everything's done. Your baby's now sleeping, he's latched on, lovely experience. And because I had an epidural, I opted for the epidural. Because I had the epidural, I still had no feeling from my chest or from just under my boobs down. And I found it was rather gross that you're still bleeding and you can't clean yourself. Like, I still had the catheter in, and they take me to the room, and I had to wait for a bath. Because Connor was born at 10:30 at night, I had to wait till the next morning to have a bath, and that for me was terrible. I felt so dirty, I couldn't sleep. That to me was very bad. So if you are having a baby late at night and you have an epidural, just prep yourself for that. They are going to keep the catheter in, obviously, because you can't get up to go to the bathroom, and you can't clean yourself until your legs have feeling and all that in again. So it's normally only the next morning that you can clean yourself. So that I found was really bad. The next thing I found that nobody told me about was the tearing. You know that some people do tear when they give natural birth, but according to research, 95% of new mothers tear. So you are almost guaranteed to tear. And the tearing depends how badly you tear. Like for me, also to TMI, I only got 3 stitches, so that's considered not so bad. But even with those 3 stitches, I was so uncomfortable, and for the first, I'd say 4 weeks, you are very sore down there. You would need to sit on a little donut because you're uncomfortable when you sit. Going to the bathroom is uncomfortable. The one thing that did work for me was the salt baths. So if you do have tears and you've got stitches, make sure that every night you have a salt bath. It really does help. Okay, my third point is that your body will not get back to normal immediately. So you will still look about 6 months pregnant after your baby is born. But the weird thing for me was not really that my stomach was still out, but that it's not a firm belly anymore. It's not like when you're pregnant and it's firm. It was like soft and jiggly, which I found was very uncomfortable. But give yourself some time, because even with the breastfeeding helped a lot, because within 2 to 3 weeks I was back to normal. So yeah, give it some time, but like they say, it takes you 9 months to build that belly. Give it 9 months to go away. Obviously you've got to eat healthy, not only for your child if you are breastfeeding, but also for your body to recover. And it does take a while for everything to go back to normal. I mean, even now with my body, I'm pretty much back to normal, but because I'm still breastfeeding, obviously my boobs are still heavy and they're bigger than they usually are. So I probably still will lose a little bit of weight after the breastfeeding once I stop breastfeeding, but yeah, your body will not look the same for a while, and your body doesn't feel your own for a while, so just keep that in mind. The next one is breastfeeding. Breastfeeding, you think when you're pregnant, oh, breastfeeding is going to be easy, it's something natural, it will just happen once you've given birth and everything will be hunky-dory. It's not. Breastfeeding is difficult. It is really difficult. It's something that you have to practice, and it's something that you and your baby need to do together, actually, to get to know one another. It's a very nice way to bond with your child, And I know breastfeeding isn't for everyone, and it doesn't matter if you breastfeed or bottle feed, as long as your child is getting the nutrients and the food that he needs and that he's picking up weight, and that's great. But I really wanted to breastfeed and I persevered, and I'm so glad that I did, because now it's so easy. Now I don't even feel the pain, I don't have any issues, he latches quickly, the feed goes quickly. It does take a while though. The first 6 weeks are terrible, I'm not gonna lie. They were terrible for me. I cried almost every day because the breastfeeding was so sore. My nipples were so sore. Connor every time he wanted to feed, I was like crying because I knew that it was going to be so painful. And they feed for long, and I think that's also one of the major things. They have to eat every 2 hours, but it takes him an hour to eat. So you've actually only got an hour break between one feed to the next. And I think that's what got to me the most, including the sore nipples. But it does get better. So if you're struggling with that, or if you are thinking of breastfeeding, give it at least the first 6 weeks. Just persevere. There are remedies that can help you with sore nipples. Speak to your midwife. My midwife helped me so much with me. I went to her twice in a week just to help me with breastfeeding, make sure he's latching properly, make sure I'm holding him correctly, just to help with the pain, because that also, if the baby's not sucking properly, that could also be why your nipples are so sore. But please, it is worth a while. At least try for 6 weeks. The next point is TMI, but you will find that when it's time to do a number 2, after natural birth, you're a little bit scared to do the number 2. I think it's the whole pushing process. You're scared to push, and it is scary, and it does feel weird. But yeah, it's almost as if you're gonna push another child out, but you're not. And it is normal to feel that way. It does get better with time as well. The only other thing that is fresh in my mind at the moment is the first 6 weeks I still had nice thick luscious hair. Okay, well, thicker than my hair is now. And now after the 6 weeks, my hair has started falling out. So all that lovely hair growth that you got while you were pregnant is going to fall out. And I am still on my pregnancy vitamins, and they do help a lot. But that hair will fall out and your nails will stop growing as fast as they were. So that's just my personal experience. All of these tips are just my personal experience from natural birth. Obviously, I don't know about a cesarean. I'm sure cesareans have their own problems and TMI moments, but I'm just sharing my experiences with you all and what was bad for me, or what I felt was the worst about after the birth, after the actual labor process and delivery. But after the 6-week checkup for you and for baby, things go a lot easier. I just really believe that 6-week mark, the first 6 weeks are very challenging and very tough, and there's a lot of things that are new to you, and your body feels strange and your body's sore, and you're still getting to know your baby. But the first 6 weeks are the toughest. After that, it becomes so much easier. Now that Connor's a bit older, I mean, he's 5 months now, he's such a pleasure, and I'm really not sickling with the breastfeeding anymore. We're starting to wean him, which is very exciting. He's got a good sleeping pattern, so things do get better. Hang in there. So that's all I have for you guys today. If you'd like to mention anything else, I've probably forgotten about a few things, but if you need to mention anything else on that list that I've just said, you can put it down at the bottom in the comments below. And if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask me, you can put it below. I'll respond to you. But that's it for today. I hope that this was educational, and I hope it wasn't too disgusting, but that is the truth about what happens after you have your baby. Thank you for watching. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and like. I'll try and post as many vlogs as I can during the week, and it's just an experience that I'm going through as a new mom, and I'm trying to help other new moms out there. So yeah, great. See you. Bye.